Hey, everybody, TNS, TNN, TNS, that new news agency they got out there. I don't know what's going on there, but I guess they divided into two, divide and conquer. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, I just signed up to one where they don't bitch at me the most. So anyway, I wanted to drop a quick video today. Today is Emancipation Day. Emancipation. I know I said it wrong. Okay, it's Emancipation Day, where Lincoln signed the Freed the Slaves Day. And so everybody's got the day off and hanging around, playing with mom or whatever, sleeping. Now that's what I did. I took a nap this afternoon. I didn't get up for a couple hours. But I want to address a couple issues with you. And of course, hell, you know me, you're gonna get my personality too. Well, um, some of the things that I've noticed is that Mr. Paul Mall, you know what? I can't help but I can't help but figure it out because you know what? Every time I hear his name, he smokes a little of that my wife, every once in a while, that marijuana. And every time I look at him after I found out, I think of that guy Spicoli. No, you remember on that movie Spicoli? Him and Mr. Hand, what's up, dude? I think of him when I think him and Mr. Paul Mall. Slater Rob, what's going on, big bro? Um, Eddie, what's going on? Yeah, Billy, I ain't seen him around, but anyway, give him a shout out there. Miss Susan, hello, ma'am, sweetest thing in the world. She's got to be the sweetest thing in the world. And of course, my Gina, yeah, gotta say hello to Gina and say hi. How you doing? Um, Kirsten, she's been playing hard to get. So what I've been doing is I went out this morning and I went to the sewer ditch out there and I picked some pretty flowers. They're all pretty and they're yellow and they're purple, and they're purple, and then I think they got some red ones in there too. So I went over there and picked her some flowers, really nice. I didn't put them in a vase though. I just put a rubber band around them, got them hanging out over here. So yeah, someone find out how to get to them or whatever. She's kind of playing hard to get there a little bit, be a little longer. I've learned yesterday that her grandfather's called her full of piss and vinegar. I can see that. Some people call it just being ornery, hard headed, something like that. I don't know. That's just what I hear. That's not what I'm saying. That's just what I heard. I don't know. Sometimes people can be that way. I'm not saying she, but. But I want to bring up the next person because the fact is that I really kind of got upset because CC had she had some money stolen out of her wallet that was in her purse, I guess, the way I understand it. And, um, somebody reached up there and grabbed her wallet, had her money, credit cards, all kind of stuff in there. You know how it is when somebody takes it or you lose it or something like that. But how much trouble you got to go through to get it back? Well, um, and the first thing she did was, she apologized. She said, you know what, I knew better. I shouldn't have had so much money in there. I shouldn't take it out my money. I'm carrying that much money around or whatever. And it got me thinking. I'm like, CC just, I mean, even though it's just stolen a wallet, people think, but that's a pretty traumatic event because the fact is if you look at it, they took my wallet. I mean, it could have been worse, especially nowadays, it could have been worse, especially for a woman. Y'all know what I'm kind of talking about there. Um, but then, she's apologizing but she done it all, you know. I mean, how much cash do you know it's safe to carry out? I mean, take out or be able to carry on. You really don't ever know that. And I'm not saying anything about ICC. I'm just saying the fact is, the first thing she did was apologize. I shouldn't have been carrying that much money. And the thing about it is, like I said, how much money is it safe to run around with? And I'm glad she's okay. It really upset me. If I was anywhere in that area, I'd have found that son with a gun. And I'll tell you that right now. Um, let's put it this way, okay? You'd be swimming with the fishes. Okay. And CC get her money back. I tell you that. So, but that got me thinking. We spend a lot of time as Americans thinking, well, that ain't going to happen to us. We're Americans, and we people think different ways about us and stuff like that. But I can tell you firsthand that when you go to a different country, it really don't make no difference if you're American or not. If you go to another country and you're American, they just look at you like you're somebody else to take advantage of for your stupidity being in their country. I mean, it happens all the time. And I know it's hard to believe. Some people don't even like. Some a lot of people don't like Americans just to begin with. I feel right at home. There's not too many people like me either. So like, not just one more person don't like me, you know. But I really felt bad there for CC, and I really felt bad the way it made her feel. And one of the things that I realized, being on or whatever, even though it's just a wallet or whatever, it really affects one because the fact is, I just feel like they've been violated, even though she's a wallet. I just feel like their security has been violated, and they don't feel as safe as they did before. And that part we don't think about, and we should, but we really don't think about that part of it and what she actually went through or whatever. So um, I hope CC cheers up. I hope she gets over the security issue and everything. And another thing, I hope she gets her damn driver's license back in on her credit card. I lost mine. I lost my wallet one day down with my billfold down at the lake. I don't know. Don't ask. You know. Anyway, I started replacing my cards and everything, and I went down there to go get my social security card, and I went in there and had my birth certificate. I gave you my birth certificate. Boy said, well, that ain't good enough. I'm like, well, hell. He said, we need another form of ID. I said, well, there's all my ID down at the bottom of the lake. I said, what do you want me to do? Put on some fins and go down there and get it? He said, no, we got something to identify you. I said, well, here's my military ID right here. How about that? Here's my 214. Here, what else do you need? I shit you not. Here's what he says. You know what? You need to go down to your doctor's office and get a list of appointments you've made with your doctor, at least 3, before we can issue you a Social Security card. I looked at him like he was slapped half crazy, and I said, son, you need to put the crack pipe down. Okay, you need to put it down. Okay, you done had enough of that. But that's what I had to do. So I hope it's easier for CC to go down and get her stuff because hell on me. I got my credit card back and all that back or whatever, but it took a little bit for me to get it back. But they're pretty good about it. I deal with Chase, and they're pretty good. I've been with them for a long time. Plus, the fact is, me and my wife, when I'm retired or whatever, we jumped like $30,000 in there. So they're pretty nice to you if you got money in the bank there. So um, they ain't doing something you want to do. So I just take my money and I'll go home. It's funny about that. You start talking about taking money out of the bank, how soon they want to cooperate with you. But no, my feelings go out to Miss CC, and I don't know what else if there's anything I can do or whatever to help you get over this or help you deal with the issue or whatever. But like I said before, I'm not trying to get on her, but I'm trying to tell her. I try to tell everybody you got nowadays, especially you got to be aware of your surroundings. Um, Sometimes that means you got to zip up your purse. Sometimes that means you got to carry it a different way or whatever. And I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that there's certain little things you can do to keep that from happening again. But the thing about it is, bottom line is, if they want your purse, they're gonna get it, hook, crook, whatever. And they want it bad enough, and there's really nothing you can do. So there was nothing you could do in that situation um, to better it or make it better for you. The only thing you could have done, thank God that you didn't get hurt worse than you did, because there's an opportunity there maybe you could have. And maybe the Lord teaching you a lesson how to handle your purse or whatever, or your wallet. But don't think that that you should have to worry about how much money you take out of the ATM and you carry around on your purse, because the fact is, that's when they win. You know, so that's something to think about. But I do feel for you. I do apologize for what happened to you. But I don't think you should apologize. I think you just look at it on its merits, and there's bad people out there, and what people are going to do what they want to do. And like the good Lord says, pray for them, whatever. But I tend to use that other thing, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I kind of go that route. I kind of go that way with it. So But anyway, I think you guys have seen my other video that I put out. Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing a big research project. Found out some stuff about my city hall and about my city council and the mayor and all this stuff. And I keep stumbling on stuff. And, you answer one question, then there's 10 more. I mean, what are you going to do? So I kept stumbling on about it. I found out this situation is pretty serious. Basically, what they've been doing is kicking the can down the road, and now the roosters doesn't come home to roost, and chickens doesn't come home to roost, and they up against rock and a hard place here. So that's a lot of my research is why I haven't been on much and doing a lot of research. You know what? I know y'all find it hard to believe, but you know what? I do research it. I can read. It may take me a little while, but I can read. I got to read things twice. And, oh, I get it. Okay. So that's where I've been doing the research. Hey, Mary, yeah, it kind of answers Mary's questions. I think I lost her. She goes, "What the hell are you talking about?" That happens a lot to me. Happen to you? Happen to my people. What the hell are you talking about? And like I told y'all, man, when I was a kid, I thought my name was Shut Up Steve. You know, what I thought my name was. Everywhere I went, Shut Up Steve, Shut Up Steve, Shut Up Steve. Hell, I thought that was my name. But I want to address another situation today, with Texas News Studio and Intel Media, which I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys. Dang it, I can't remember. I just know when I see it pop up there. Here's my research that I've done so far, and basically it addresses the North Korean situation, the Syria situation, Russian situation. I mean, every damn situation we got going on there. You can just take your pick, and we got a situation going on everywhere. But what I found out and what I'm seeing is that the North Korean narrative it's been lost in the sauce because now it's the Russians, it's any communist country or whatever. And basically, we're riled up about that because the fact is, it push came to a shove, and we're gonna see what old Wong Hung Lo did over there. What old Putin's gonna do over there. Based on what his name is, I bet you I know what he's doing right now. Putin or something. But anyway, um, I think the narrative's played out because the fact is, I think what we're seeing is that we got a new president, and Koreans always do this. They do it. We just don't remember. But every time we get a new president in North Korea, they jockey for position. They want everybody rattled. They want everybody to know if they're there and they can do all this whatever. But push comes to shove, they ain't gonna do a damn thing. And Russia got involved because the fact is that we got involved in Syria, and now they got to get involved in Syria because they back freaking Assad or whatever, Assad or whatever. So it's just a chess match. So basically, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. It's just a chess match and jockeying for position. Basically, is what it is. The issue in Syria is not going to get any worse. And if you look at it on average, that basically, I hate to say this, but it's the truth, is that uh, the only one that's really fighting for Christians over in Syria are actually Assad and in the Soviet Union. I mean, they're bombing the crap out of the Muslims and they're giving shelter to the Christians. So I don't know how we got all that backwards. I don't know. But anyway, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know. But another thing that I want to really get serious about, whatever, we had that van attack, and poor England, man. I mean, hey, come on, guys. I mean, dang, you know, they're getting shit blown out of them. Like, excuse my language. But they're getting the hell blown out of them, man. And we got all these people out to some habit. It's all fake news, and that it's all staged or some crap or whatever. But I don't know about you, but it ain't not amount of money they can pay me to get one bit and bleed out on TV. I mean, you can't pay me enough money to do that crap. So, but it is hard to determine because the fact is that, and I think a lot of you guys are recognizing it now. It's like Mary recognized it yesterday. The fact is, you know what? There ain't no news coming out of mainstream media, and there's nothing really on YouTube keeping up with it. I mean, probably your most reliable source is actually look up the town on Google and go there to see if you can get some kind of news out of there. Or, to be honest, Twitter. I mean, it's a shame that we use Twitter for social media, but the fact is, at least you get information coming in from different people, and you can verify, who the hell, what really happened. That something did happen. I mean, CNN, Fox, um, who else? MSNBC, who all them people on main shit media. They come out with a little blurb, and they only tell you much a little bit about it, and they don't tell you, they don't stay with it and tell you what the hell happened. You just know what happened, and they're like, okay, you get to dictate what I know is happening around the world. So I have a problem with that. But where I'm going with this is that yeah, we've got a blackout situation on mainstream media. We've got a blackout situation going across. I think the internet is what the interwebs. I never knew how to use it, but like interwebs, I like saying that. Interweb. I didn't know whenever they first came out with the internet, they were talking about the interwebs. I thought it was talking about they had spider web on their computer. I'm like, well, damn, knock that some bitch off. Shit, you got spiders on your computer, but the interweb. But that's what I thought. I didn't have to worry about the interweb because I keep my computer pretty clean. I ain't got no spiders on mine. But what I'm trying to say is the fact is that we're starting to realize that we're not getting all the news in a timely fashion. I think it took them 8 hours, if I timed it correctly, 8 hours of all day coverage just to get out the information that 8 soldiers were dead, um, and just the situation at hand on the Fitzgerald. What was actually going on, what was actually the problem, because you could look at the pictures and say they got a serious problem. Come to find out, we find out today, yeah, the Navy's admitting, that was a pretty serious deal, and they're thanking the sailors on there because it wouldn't have been for the sailors on there that lived did what they're trying to do, poke hole. When you get a hole in there, and there's a certain way you got to put it back up so the water don't come in. That's what the boys in the Navy know more about. So it took us 8 hours to cycle that through, and it's like, yeah, something just don't seem right out there. But it seems to be happening a lot that we don't get news as quick as we used to on events that we're really interested into. I mean, if you're not today interested in England and how many situations they've got, I mean, if you notice a pattern there and you want to get the information and say, okay, what the hell is actually going on in England? Well, I did some numbers and I just give you a chance to break this down in your head. There are 60,000, I believe, um, Christians or Christians in admitted Christians in the United Kingdom. Okay. I'm sorry, 60%. Sorry, excuse me, 60% are Christians. To 4% of Muslims. Now, if we take this proportional and we look at it, we've added 2, square the 4, do the common math, and say it's close. What you get is that if the American, I mean, if the Christian population was really had a big problem with that, then they would have had, for the same proportion, they would have had to committed 40 terror attacks for it to equal out to 4% of Muslims, don't it? We count 4 right now. I think maybe there's more than that, but I think there's 5, but they say it's only 4. But anyway, so you get the 60%, you got to do 40, and then you're only 4%. So they're way ahead of the learning curve there. The Muslims, they're way ahead of the learning curve there a little bit as far as terrorists. Well, that's just me. Okay. But no, I like I said, there is an interest that I have why it takes so long to get the news, who's giving the news, and how they're giving the news, and if it's true or not. I mean, I can, if I'm on TNS, or I'm on this Intel channel, then pretty much within 5 minutes I can get a source. I can get updated information. I can get a source where I go look at it and see what's really going on. And that only takes 5-10 minutes. The story may progress, but you get the initial report out of the horse's mouth, so to speak. Like I said earlier, for MSM to report on it, it takes them an hour just to get the word out. And then when they come on, we don't know anymore. We're working on details. Well, all the details are over there in DNS and all there, in the news media. Or I mean, it's not taking you so damn long. Maybe we should. You tell me that they all of a sudden ends up there making all the millions of dollars, ain't got a damn computer. What I'm saying? See where I'm going with that? Well, so getting back to this van incident, and I'll give you my 2 cents. And what I believe is the fact is, I believe that with the shooting of Republicans on a baseball field, and I believe this Van Attack, who so far I've only found out that this guy was white. I don't think I've caught somebody. Please clue me in what religion he was or whatever. But when does it become automatic that you're white and you're a Christian? I mean, you could be white and be an atheist. Be white and be a Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. You can be white and be a Buddhist, or you can be any damn thing you want to be. Even though you're white, you can be anything you want to be. How do they know it? How do they assume that you're a Christian if you're white? That's my first damn bitch. But anyway, progressing on. What I see from this, and this is what I have predicted, is the fact is that sooner or later, like it says in the Bible, that sooner or later, you're going to have a society of people, and they're getting blown up and being terrorized or whatever we want to call it. Sooner or later, they're going to get ticked off and they're going to fight back. And I think maybe that this is the start of that fighting back period. Now, what does that mean, really? Well, basically, it means who's got the most resolve. I mean, who's got the bigger balls? Basically, is it ISIS or is it us or the Patriots or is it who? One group ever we form, whatever. Who's got the more gumption to get something done? Well, so I fully expect some kind of retaliation, and it's going to be used. We got 4 more days left of Ramadan. I figure that they going to plant something's going to be happening within the next 4 days, and based on the current events that we hit ISIS back, that guy hit ISIS squared and big on left leg, big left eye bruised up and everything. I totally think that there's going to be a retaliation kind of attack, and they're going to say, yeah, this is for the mosque or whatever. Now, I don't know if you know this, but that Sadiq guy, anyway, he was the one who spoke up at Garland, and where they had a big protest, and I went to it. The reason why I went to this guy is because this mosque they're talking about used to be a very radical mosque. This guy used to preach there, and why is that important? Because the fact is he was one of the masterminds of 9/11, but they didn't have enough information to hold him. But he was the one when he preached in the mosque. He was preaching radical Islam. He was preaching about terror attacks. He was preaching about all this. Now after 9/11, he got kind of confronted with this, and they were investigating his butt and the whole 9 yards. Well, the Muslim community came in, they fired his ass, and they got some other mullah up there now. So supposedly they're supposed to be moderate now. I don't know. I don't know if you tell the difference. I can't tell the difference. I don't know. But that's why this mosque was actually, I believe, targeted because of the radical stance they take in the Muslim community. Um, so I fully expect retaliation from the Muslim community, and I think it's going to be pretty bad. I mean, I'm not talking 9/11 bad maybe, but I'm thinking it's going to be pretty bad because whether we realize it or not, what we've got here is I think we've got the first shots or the first incidents into a cultural revolution here in the United States. So far, it's just cultural. Now, that could be manifested in a lot of ways. How far does it go? How far or how much does one side take before they retaliate? And then pretty soon you got retaliation going on. Guess what you got next? You got a war. Call it what you want, but you got two sides fighting each other. That's a damn war. I don't care how you look at it. So we are on the verge, based on just based on our very movements and our rhetoric or our talking points. We're in the verge of retaliation right now. And I believe that, whether you know your history or not, World War One started over. The fact is that somebody shot Ferdinand. He was king of something, I think. I don't know, Spain or something. I don't know anyway, but he got shot, and hell, everybody started blaming each other. Next thing you know, they started fighting amongst each other who shot him, and next thing you know, we got World War One started out. So, um, I don't think that there's going to be a World War III to the point to where we're actually going to go in with the North Koreans or with the Russians. I think cooler heads have prevailed. You don't really hear that much about North Korea now anymore. Um, I think they fizzled out. Our narratives have been, waiting for the World War III to happen or whatever, and I don't believe that that's should be number one on our top priority list, even though it does need to be watched. But I don't think right now it's top on our priority list. I think right now we need to concentrate very, very closely um, after this attack on future attacks. It's going to be repercussion. Now, what we've seen in the past here in America is we have seen cells, which are minor cells. We're talking 4, maybe to 10 people or whatever, and then they act out with a couple people or 3 people, and they target a soft target. But the fact is, since they're not as educated, or since they don't have the means, or they don't have the actual education, basically what you're seeing is they're learning whatever they can on the internet, and then they're trying to apply it. Well, they haven't applied it yet, but ever at first time, so it don't do the damage that they want it to do. I.e., the case of the Boston bombing. One of the guy that lived, he actually said in his interview, he said that he wished the only thing he wished he could change is that he would set those bags up higher, because if you look at the majority of damage that was done to these individuals, was from the waist down, because that's where they had the bomb set at about knee level, and so that's where you experience the most of your injuries. So they live and learn, So the next time they try to they're going to try to put the bomb up where it actually does more damage. Um, which I know that it sounds gruesome or whatever, but the fact is that I hate to be the first one to tell you, but these Muslim individuals, or the radical Muslims, or whoever you want whoever you decide that are doing this harm or whatever you want to call them, they are analyzing every attack, and they're seeing weak spots that we have. They will actually film how first responders actually react, all the way including the ambulances, all the way including how they coordinate everything, how they search the building, everything about that. They're being our first responders and everybody react to that is being filmed and being watched for further review. Now, how do I know this? Well, because the fact is, when we had going through a trend when I was in Afghanistan, was that immediately when something happened, let's say an ID or somebody was shot, or something of this nature, okay, we all rushed. The 3, 4 people would rush to help this individual out. Okay, we would all, pairs, 2, 3, whatever, we would all rush to cover and help this individual out and get him out of harm's way, basically. Well, they would do this on purpose. They would actually wound somebody, and whenever first responders or medics or any other individuals would actually react, and when they all got on scene, boom! Now they go from 1 body count. Now they got 5 or 6. So that was a big training issue that we had to get through. And like I said, when you're in combat, you learn things as you go along. But that's what we learn, that they're watching us. That's what we learn, that they're watching our every move. They know how many people leave. They know how many people enter. They know how many people are on the cell phone. They know all of this stuff. So don't think that you're alone when you're walking around. They're not looking at your behavior, because that's something that we've been lulled into, and it's really been to an issue where now it's actually hurting us, because the fact is we're thinking, well, we're American, nothing can happen to us. Nothing like that's going to happen here. Um, no, we've got protection here, we got security here, we got all this whatever, and it can't happen here. Well, let me give you an example. I don't know how many people are on a watch list, okay, from our federal government, Homeland Security, but you figure if they're on a watch list, they'd be watched, right? Well, how many of those people on the watch list are actually committing some of these creating terrorism, or have been involved in an act? What's that old Medea says? Ain't gonna be no terror. Ain't gonna be no terror on this plane. Ain't gonna be no terror now. But we've lulled ourselves into the fact of thinking, it can't happen here. It happens somewhere else. but it don't happen here. Well, you keep on believing that because the fact is it is happening here. Um, I maybe misinterpreted or I led you on the wrong stray talking about Cece on this, but the fact is I'm using that as an example because I don't think that Cece got up that morning and was walking to get her money out of the ATM or wherever she got it from. I don't think when she was putting her socks on that morning she was even thinking about that she was going to get robbed that day. I don't even think when she went to the ATM to pull her money out or where she got her money from that she was thinking that somebody was going to steal her wallet out of her purse. I don't think she was thinking that because it don't happen here or it's not going to happen to me. Now, that's no fault of Cece's. That it is a fault of our culture that we have because that's the way we keep ourselves calm by saying it's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen to me. Well, you ask Cece today, and she'll say, you know what, it can happen to me, and she's probably making secure. She's probably thinking about steps she's going to avoid that in the future. Thank God nothing happened to her. But I really believe that people should start to focus. And all of you in these rooms are actually very critical thinkers. You guys always looking for news and everything, and I think we all have that in common. That we're all trying to keep up on the news, and basically all of us in that room are actually trying to find true sources that we can actually trust. That's why we're on these channels, because the fact is we ain't getting it from nowhere else. Okay, so who are we getting it from? Where we're getting leads to actually research it ourselves, because the fact is that it's very difficult if somebody gets on here and doesn't know where to go. It's very difficult for them to find out information unless you go know where there's a place to go, like we have here. And it is a source. The reason why I'm saying it's a source, it's not a source um, for detailed information. What it is a source. This is going on. Here's where you can find the information. Okay, and that's pretty much the gist of it, or whatever. Now, sometimes, like I do, I'll read that or whatever, and then I'll post something off of there that pertains to that article or something like that, or the way I see it, and I'll type in what I see or whatever. Because the fact is, it keeps people informed, and while they're looking, then you know what, maybe somebody else tells you actually what's going on or whatever, and you can ask questions on what people have seen, what people have read, where their sources are, the whole 9 yards. So basically, what I'm saying is that this is becoming one of the few stations you can actually go in and actually find places where you can actually get real news, where you can actually go to places. And I'm not saying that they report the news, firsthand like MSNBC. What they do is that they go in and they give you the links to where you can actually go and look and keep up with more than one subject at a time. I mean, I've been able to track tornadoes and then track a bombing, and I've been able to track high-speed car chase just by the information I'm getting and figuring out which source it's coming from. I mean, I don't know about y'all. My computer up there, I don't know how many more subjects I can get on up there because I'm clicking on them all. I know y'all the same way, so hush it. Don't say y'all ain't the same way. Clicking on this and clicking on that and clicking on this, and basically keeping up with your news. Because the fact is that what I'm learning is it's so hard to get news out there. This is probably one of the places you can actually go and get the real deal. And I don't think anybody wants anything sugarcoated. And I don't think anybody wants MSM to describe what I can and what I can't see and what's too gory for me to hear. And I can make that decision by myself. I don't need you coming in and tell me I don't need them coming in and telling me this is too sensitive information for you. Damn, it's live. I want to see what happened. I'm not a gorer. I don't want to see all gore and everything, but I want to see what the hell happened. You know. So, like I said, I want to say hello to everybody. I want to say hello to everybody in the room or whatever. I don't know the difference between TNS and the other. And I'm sorry, Kirshen's in there all the time. I should memorize that. But see, I lose my attention whenever Kirshen's in the room. I tend to concentrate on her, all the things that she's putting out there. I shouldn't have said that. Nah, dang, y'all gonna take that wrong, and I shouldn't have said that. Kirsten's going, oh God, I can see what she's gonna say about me now. Lord help me, all them screaming pygmies down there in New Guinea. I'm sorry, Lord. But anyway, the information she's providing, that's what I meant to say. So like I said, maybe you can retrain your thinking a little bit. That's where I'm going with some of my thinking, because I really fully the last couple of incidents that I've seen are gearing up that way. And I think maybe it's just uh, worth the effort for you to kind of see and do like I do and see if you notice some trends or start noticing this and start admitting that it can happen here. Um, what are we going to do when it happens here? And how are we going to stop it from happening here? Those are things that we need to take in consideration right now. I mean, there really ain't nothing we can do if nuclear bomb hits over. There's just a few choices that we can make. Um, and we can't predict the future. Don't think for a second that they're going to put out some code on a radio that's going to tell you a nuclear strike's going to happen, because it ain't going to happen. Um, but what we can do is we can keep up with current events that are actually physically hurting us right now and killing people right now, and decide where it's coming from, how we stop that shit, because that is going to fester and it's going to grow if we don't get a handle on it, and if we as citizens don't start paying attention to it and start speaking out against it. Um, if something is especially religion, if it's religious based, that's one of the things that'll get my dander up quicker than anything, because I don't really care which side you fall in on the Bible or whatever. But the fact is, there's certain things, certain beliefs, and certain things you just don't do to a religion. And one of the main things you don't do to any religion is you just don't kill somebody because they claim to be a Christian or a Buddhist or a Hare Krishna or a Jehovah's Witness, or I try to call it, get everybody in there, Southern Baptist, Methodist, Amish, all these people, but they have a right to believe what they want to believe, and you don't have no right just because they believe something, go in there and kill them just because you don't believe it. And that's what's happening. We got people going in, and we got people killing each other because you're a Christian. Could be turned around, could be anything, whatever. But I will. This is the last thing I'll say. I promise. Anyway, um, we a lot of arguments that you get into or whatever is about the KKK comes in. And I'm not a Klan member. I don't know. I know some of them. I do. I'm from the South. I know some of them. But I don't agree with them, and I don't. I don't. No, that's just not me, and it's just not me. But in arguments I see, or debates that I see, people bring up the Klan all the time. Well, let me give you let me give you the scoop on the Klan, guys, because like I said, the Klan's all around here, whatever. Let me tell you something. They're like a freaking fly. There's nothing that they politically can or can't. They can't do anything. Okay. Right now, if you look at the numbers, there's only 3,000 active Klan members in the United States. That's it. 3,000. Okay. Um. Now, why is that so? Whatever. Because the fact is, in their heyday, what they were doing is, the fact is, people got tired of that crap. Said, no, you can't be killing somebody just because they're black, okay, or just because they're Jewish, or just because of whatever. So people got tired of it and stood up to them. And then when they stood up to them, the American government got in contact with them, got involved in it, and then they took all the damn money from all these people that was actually supporting it. So now they ain't got nobody supporting them, so there's only 3,000. As opposed to, okay, how many Muslims do we have in our country? I mean, not only our country, but other countries. How many of those who have stated that they're going to take over, and they want to take over the world, and start the Muslim religion and the Shia law and everything? Well, I don't know about you, but I tell you this right now: you try to put a damn hijab on Kirsten, or you try to put one on CC or Miss Mary or Miss Susan or something, I want to see that. Okay, let me know, because I'm gonna grab me a beer and I'm gonna sit out there and watch that shit, because that's gonna be a hell of a fight. And I'm just saying, because there's certain things, you got a five, I ain't putting that shit on. I would rather walk around in my moo dress and put that shit on. Well, I'm just joking. But no, um, that just gives you an example of what type of percentages we're dealing with here and what we're up against. And it ain't getting no better. It's not getting any better. Um, like I think I made, I made a comment on here. I said, what do we do now? We're going to put a vehicle ban on, or a cutlery ban because you can't use knives, something like that. And old boy hit me back up and he said, "Well, vehicles aren't designed to kill people." They are now. You know, they were designed for, but they are now. Maybe a gun wasn't designed to kill nobody either. Maybe it just put food on the table. Maybe that's the argument. I don't know. But you know what? It doesn't really make any difference to me. What are we going to do? If you start talking about banning my guns, well, that's the only thing I can do to defend myself from all these heathens and all these people or whatever. You know? I hate to say it, like in Cece's example there that we can use and we can learn from is like, you know what if that boy had more intentions than what he did just to steal her money? I believe Cece would say, you know what, I wish I had a gun. Because the way I believe is, you know what, I'd rather have one and not need one than need one and not have one. And I'm not trying to tell you guys to go out and buy guns and shit, because half of you people shoot your damn foot off and shit. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying that be careful what you ask for, because they're, like I said, they're being strategic, so they can't get guns, so they go get a knife. They can't get a knife, they go get they go get a van. They can't get a van, they're gonna build a bomb. So I mean, if we start banning stuff, where are we gonna stop? You know, we're gonna ban post toasties because they can put post toasties and they can choke you with post toasties in the morning. You know, I don't know, but banning all this stuff and everything, basically what it means is the fact is that we're just afraid to stand up for ourselves, and we're afraid to go ahead and say we're going to take it to the next level, because you know what, I ain't gonna get hurt today. You know, I ain't gonna get my wallet stolen today. I ain't gonna That ain't gonna happen, because I'm gonna take precautions to make sure it ain't happening. So anyway, I know this is not really a funny video or whatever, but I did get in trouble already with cursing. Gosh dang it. I can do that every dang time I stick my foot in my mouth. But anyway, I want to say hello, buddy. I say, who else did I miss? Eddie. Yeah, I missed him. Uh, Miss Lynn. I miss her. God dang, I'm missing somebody. Oh man, who am I missing? CQ. I'm missing CQ too. I don't get to talk to CQ that much, but um, I give a shout out there. And let's see, who else am I missing? Oh, man, oh, I don't know. No, I keep telling myself I'm gonna write this shit down so I don't forget about none of you. But you know, like I said, I ain't. I'm crazy, and hell, I got paper to prove that shit. So y'all lucky I remembered your name. You know, most time when I go out and meet people at the church house or whatever, I forget their names. As soon as I meet them, I start calling, hey, you, come here. You know, what's your name? Come here. Dipstick, come here. You know, yeah, you with them. Yeah, you with a mole on your head. Come here. You know, that shit don't come off. Here, I got a knife. I'll cut that shit off for you. Come here. You know, I got names for women too. You know, I do. Miss Hoity Toity. I got her. She's the one that walks through the parking lot in heels. You know, it's a damn dirt parking lot. And she's walking through hill. You know, funny as hell when you see her walk through and it's muddy. She does some kind of dance. I don't know. But she's trying to dance around all the mud hole. It's Hoity Toity. Nothing is better than now. Miss Butter now. You know what? She can't never eat nothing right. I mean, she just walks. I told her one time, I said, you keep doing that, your neck's going to stick like that, you know, and then what you going to do? Whatever. I said, what are you going to do then? Keep doing it enough, you know. Then you got your boys going in the prayer meeting. You don't, I'll let you going in there. They going to church. Because you know what? I got these kids shut up. I got mama shut up. Yeah. And you can do that because here's where I learned how to do that. You get rid of, amen. Yeah, amen. Amen. That's right. Amen. Amen. Preach it, brother. Amen. You're right, brother. Don't do that shit if you ain't talking. I'll be sitting there, they taking offering and everything. Everything's quiet. Amen. Preacher just looks at me and goes, man, you know. So anyway, I did not got too long on my damn thing. I just went off on a rant, but I apologize. But anyway, for all y'all that put up with me, thank you. I know it's a hard job. I know that's my wife. She'll tell you. You know, she don't know how she does it. But I know that woman's going to heaven because the fact that putting up with me all this long, I can tell you this right now, she's gonna go to heaven. Good Lord, looking down at her, so you know. And then I hear sometimes when I'm talking to her or whatever, and I say something stupid, and I hear, "Oh Lord," yeah. I've caused her to pray a lot of times. You know, oh Lord, please. That's why I know my wife prays. Well, anyway, this is let's leave and get out of here. I know I put too much long, but anyway, y'all ain't doing nothing anyway. Shut up. Y'all ain't doing the laundry like me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Vicky, yeah. Vicky sitting around yesterday, man. She talking about, I'm gonna do my laundry. It's the third time I call her, I'm gonna do my laundry. And hell, she ain't got her laundry done. She gets on that damn computer and something happens. I'll be telling you, she still says that every hour. She's like, I gotta do my laundry. I gotta do my laundry. I gotta finish my laundry. You know, I bet you go in her house, laundry stacked up to here. she, she won't she won't get off the she won't get out of the room until she ain't got nothing to wear. But then again, you know what, man, Kitty, there ain't no rule that says that you can't talk in here and you can't wear pants. There's no rule in there that says you can't wear pants. So you might get away with that for a while. Well, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna get out of here and try to catch up on some news, and I got to do some research. Um, if y'all want to ask me about what I found on my research, y'all can do that. Man, I'm knee deep in doo doo over here, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm going. Oh man. So y'all hit me up. Thank y'all for listening. I love y'all. You know, God bless you. God bless you, even if you sin him. You know, he'll forgive you. You just got to go ask him to. So I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a great day. Remember what I always say: keep powder dry, keep mama happy, keep good food and water on them dogs, and you'll be all right. And CC, you're gonna be all right. Man, ain't gonna let you go nowhere. You're gonna be out there.